Hi everybody, Mark from Northeast Bastion. How you doing? Well, I did get a small order from the Hookup tackle. If you saw my the short I put out, they were doing a bunch of sales lately, and they had the buy one get one free, and they had some deals with this OSP box, and then with the BottomUp Beeble spinnerbait. So look, I didn't get a ton of stuff, but other than one thing here, I haven't used any of this, so it's all new stuff to me. I did throw in, just to get to my free shipping, I did throw in a can of the Bang garlic scent, which you know I love, so I always got to grab one of these whenever I can. It's not like I'm ever not using it, so it's always good. I think I was at like 47 bucks, and I was looking around, and said, I'll throw in a garlic spray. So you guys know I love the Bang. I love the garlic scent, and I've always got this on the boat. So the one I have is probably about half full, so it'll get used eventually. But really the reason that I made the order is I wanted to try the spinnerbaits. And I'm a big fan of OSP, and I saw the box, and then it came with 2 OSP baits, so I figured I'd grab it. So that was the special they were running. If you bought this OSP box, you got 2 baits along with it. So OSP box. So if you guys haven't seen the box, I think this is their, is it the 3020, the 3020? I think that was the model number. But you know, if you're looking for, you know, boxes for storage on the boat, and these will be great like day boxes, and then it has one, you can put, I think, 4 of these in there to make, you know, however you want to do it. So what I'll use this for exactly, I don't know, but I'm always looking for other options when it comes to storage in the boat. So now got an OSP one. So if you guys haven't seen it, cool looking. I noticed it's sold out now, so I'm assuming this whole sale thing for this is over. But with that box, they sent you 2 baits. So they did send me a bag of the HP Shadtail 3.1 inch, looks like a swim bait. This is a saltwater edition, but I don't think that really matters. I have no idea what this color, I see ODG. I guess maybe that's it. But if I can open this up, I don't know if I have to tear the whole thing apart or I can just pop it open. Ah, cool. So it's a 3.1 inch swim bait. Woo, good smell. So little tiny swim bait. Put that on a little ball head, little Ned head, swim it around. I'm sure it'll catch fish. It's kind of a cool color. It's like a, I don't want to say it, I don't think it's really a green pumpkin. It's more like a brown with a black and I guess a red flake in it. That's pretty cool. I can't really tell you what that color is. If I figure it out, I'll put it in the description. Definitely got some good scent on it though. I can't really read anything on this OSP box or bag. It just says new color, HP Shadtail 3.1 inch, WO83 ODG. So I don't know, I mean, maybe that's the color. So if you guys know better, you can let me know. But looks like it's a 6 or 8, 2, 4, 6, 8 swim baits. So cool. You know, I love throwing little finesse swim baits, and this is the time of year. I don't care that it's a saltwater edition. I'm sure it'll work fine in freshwater. But definitely a bait that I have never tried or bought from OSP. And they did send me a Blitzmax DR Deep Runner, and this is Ginrin, I guess. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Ginrin. I hope I'm saying, I don't know if I'm giving you guys the right color there. But this was part of the, you know, buy the box and get this bait. And I have the big, if you guys remember the video I did on those, the Magnum, the Blitzmax, the ones that dive like 30 feet. This is cool having one of the ones that doesn't dive quite. I don't need it to dive quite as much as that other one. 2 1/4 inch bait, 5/8 ounce, the Blitzmax DR. I forget what their depth level is, and obviously I cannot read anything on the back of this box. I wanted to say 10 to 15, but I don't know that for a fact. But I'll put a link If I can find these on the Hookup site, I'll put them on if you're just interested in the baits, and I'll put the box, even though this size, excuse me, that size box is sold out. But cool looking bait. Their crankbaits are really nice. Really getting into throwing them. I probably should have started with their smaller baits before I went to their huge deep divers, but I mean, that's a cool looking, you know, just based on the size of that bill, I would think that's got to be 10 to 15, I would think, maybe deeper, but it's a cool color. If I can figure out the color, I'll let you guys know. But Blitz Max DR OSP, pretty cool. If you guys like deep diving crankbaits, well, crankbaits in general, they've got really some really cool looking baits. So that's going to go in the OSP box, which is getting bigger. So that's what I got from OSP. So those two baits came by buying the box. You got those two baits, and then if I remember correctly, if you bought one of the baby Beebles, the BottomUp Beebles spinnerbait, you got a regular size spinnerbait for free. I don't think it was the regular size and get the baby. I think it was buy the baby one and get the regular size for free. And I don't think I've never even heard of these, but this is BottomUp fishing gear, which I don't know. I don't have anything else from BottomUp. Baby Beetle 3/16 ounce. I have no idea what these colors are. Double Willow, whatever color that is. You guys take a look at it. I cannot read the packaging on these at all, but let's check them out. So for a finesse spinnerbait, this looks pretty cool, and it's a little different the way they have some blades on here. So if I can get it open. So this is, I don't know if I have any, I guess I might have some of those really finessey ones, but I don't have too many 3/16 ounce spinnerbaits. So this is a really finessey spinnerbait. Gold blades. And then they have this little, I got to see how this, if you guys have thrown the Beebles and how this, you know, how this little other blade here between the arms kind of affects how it runs, let me know. Until I get out on the water again. You know, I'm gonna have to give them a try now. For a finesse small spinnerbait, it has a really nice hook on it. I'm sure this has a lot of nice flash. If you got small bait, this thing would probably be a killer. But I would probably throw that on a spinning setup. I don't think I need a casting setup for this little guy. But, you know, I'd probably put a little trailer on here, a little grub, a little 3-inch. I probably don't need the big one. But it's definitely a nice hook. Little grub. I don't know if I need a trailer hook necessarily, but that's it. That's the baby Beeble from BottomUp Tackle. Or I say BottomUp Tackle. We'll call it BottomUp Fishing Gear. I don't know if it's but one or the other or both. This is my first BottomUp bait, but there's the baby Beeble. So if you guys like, you know, want to try a finessey spinnerbait, it's not a bad idea. It's really cool looking. And so with the little guy, you've got the regular Beeble. So I got the 1/2 ounce double willow. I think this is just white chartreuse, even though, like I said, good luck reading these colors on here. Let me see. Let me see if they wrote the colors on here for the white chartreuse. Okay, the baby is called Golden Shiner. Golden Shiner. And for the 3020 NDDM BOGO, they just write soft plastic, OSP, soft plastic, and hard bait. They didn't put the colors on there. If I can figure them out, I'll put them in the description. But this is just white chartreuse, which that I can kind of tell. But I thought they were cool looking spinnerbait. You guys know I love throwing spinnerbaits. That time of the year is really here for me. Really gets good in the fall. Water cools down just a little bit. And I'm always looking for another kind of spinnerbait to try out. So this Beeble is right up my alley. Bend those staples back. All right, so here is now the big size, the regular Beeble. So if you guys are looking for a different type of spinnerbait, and BottomUp is something you haven't tried, that's what they look like. That's a 1/2 ounce spinnerbait. double willow, gold, silver, and it's got this little, I mean, it is a blade, but I have to see, you know, how that feels in the water. That's just got to be just kind of rocking back and forth. It's pretty cool. I'll have to watch some videos on YouTube on these spinnerbaits because I haven't used them before. But, you know, basically your, you know, traditional spinnerbait. That little hook cover. The hook is definitely a serious hook. Lots of space in there to put a nice trailer. This 1/2 ounce size, I'll probably put a trailer and a trailer hook on there. And, you know, light and chartreuse, and it has like that little bit of a, you know, I don't know what you would call that, almost like a, maybe like a watermelonish, a light watermelon, a little bit of extra there on the bottom, but it's almost got like a sexy shad painted head, little orange like accent there on the bottom, but that's a cool spinnerbait. The BottomUp Beeble spinnerbait, 1/2 ounce. It says on that little extra blade there, it says it right on there, 1/2 ounce, so you know the size, but they look cool. I'll try them out. I'll definitely try them. You know, I love throwing a spinnerbait, and I would have guessed the fish around here haven't seen them. So that's a 3-point. I guess that's a 3.5 blade, a 2.5 blade. They don't put anything. Oh, that's just a. It says 1/2 ounce. Cool eyes, nice little gills on there. Maybe get a little vibration from that. Very good hook. Very good hook. Nice looking skirt. So the Beeble, BottomUp Beeble spinnerbait. So that's it, guys. That's all I got. We got those two parts of the BOGO special, and the Bang garlic scent. So if you guys are interested, there's the packaging for the BottomUp Beeble. That's what it looks like without anything on there. There's the front. There's the back, which I cannot read anything of, but there's the spinnerbait. That's what it looks like. The Golden Shiner Baby Beeble. Baby Beeble. Yeah, that's it, right? Beeble. I want to say beetle, but Beeble. And that's a Golden Shiner 3/16, the finesse, the Baby Beeble. So if you want to try a finesse spinnerbait, I'll definitely throw that around on a spinning setup. So that's the two things I got from the bottom, from BottomUp. And then I got the Blitzmax DR from OSP with that swim bait. Remember, I don't know these colors, so I can't help you out there. But I got this cool box. So another box to add to the collection of, you know, there's some things specifically I'm using that day. Like I have a day box in my boat, but a day box inside a day box is not a bad thing. I almost wonder, I don't even know if this might be too big. I could probably, I could definitely fit, this could become my, you know, where I put my scents. It'll definitely fit in there too if I wanted to do that with them. But pretty cool box from OSP. Keep an eye on their website, see when the Hookup website, see when they come back in stock. But I know they have some other sizes. Maybe it's smaller. Don't know. But it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And it's got 4 dividers to divide it up the way you want and put in there what you want for the day. It's a cool little box, especially like if you're just going, you know, bank fishing, you want to throw a few things in. This would come in real handy. But that's it, guys. That's what I got from the Hookup tackle. Pretty cool them having that sale. You know, I wasn't even thinking of buying anything from the Hookup tackle. Then all of a sudden I see the video that Ben, the guys ran, and I said, oh, those spinnerbaits look cool. And I said, oh, that box looks cool. And all of a sudden now it's sitting on my desk here in the basement. So you know how it goes. You know how it goes. But that's it, guys. So I'll put links to this stuff. Like I said, that sale is over, but the baits for, you know, other than I know the box is sold out, but I'll put a link to I'll put a link to it anyway. There are other sizes of that box. I'm sure it'll be back in stock eventually if it's something you think of getting. So I'll put links in there. You guys can check the stuff out on your own. But that's it. So thanks for watching. Please like and share the video. And if you guys are new to my channel, please subscribe. I'll see you soon on YouTube. Mark out.